Hey guys, Anthony Ace Michael is back from BestSportsPicksToday.com. Featured handicapper giving you the picks this week. Make sure you also check out SleeperSelections.com. Go on there, get your free week. The guys that were on there were very happy. Went 4-1 on the website on the free week. So get in there, get in week 2 picks. Overall, did pretty well. 8-8 overall though on all the games because I'm giving you all the picks from every game. But what you want to focus on is the 4-1 record for the best bets. So let's go over those real quick. So we had the Steelers won outright, which was a big game at the end there, and got us the W plus 230 on the money line also. The Browns, like the Browns a lot, they won the game outright. The Cardinals lost. That was the only loss I had on the card. Didn't show up that game. I expect more next week. The Chargers, they won the game, beat my Raiders, just like I said. The Raiders can never beat them, especially on the road. And Seattle, I don't know how they were underdogs by that many, but they were plus 250. You cashed in on them. They won the game. Geno Smith, the hero, and the 12th man was roaring. So 4-1, we're going to go into these picks this week. We'll do it pretty quick, try to get it through. Let's see what we got. Starting out Thursday night, Chargers at Chiefs. Chiefs -4. This is a close game. You know, you got two of the top quarterbacks. You know, I look at the Chargers and I look at the defense and I look at the offense, and they're elite, man. They could very easily go pretty far in the playoffs, if not the Super Bowl. They're a team to watch out for as long as they don't get injured. Defensive-wise, you know, they got Khalil Mack over there. They got Bosa. Defenders look great. Corners, I look at the quarterback, elite, Herbert. I look at the running back. I look at the Pro Bowl wide receiver. And it's just, to me, anytime you get 4 points on a team like this, you take it. I'm going to take the Chargers plus the 4 just for the simple fact that, you know, not that the Chiefs are anybody to sleep on. I don't think they are what they used to be. And I know they showed up, they did this week, but I think it'll be a little bit closer. I think the Chiefs, if they win this game, it'll be by about 3. Next game, the Jets at the Browns. Browns -6.5. Okay, in this game here, the Browns are the better team. The Jets are just struggling overall, and they have been for quite a few years now. You know, the Browns, I like them in here. You know, you got Chubb, you got Hunt. The Jets got Flacco as their quarterback. He used to be good back in the day. I was going to wear the Flacco jersey, even though I represent the team the only game I lost on, the Cardinals, because I'll fess up when I lose a game. I always try to go undefeated for you guys. But in this game here, the Browns -6.5. I like it that it's not 7 or 7.5. So I would lock that one in if you're going to take this game. You know what? I actually like them so much that I'm going to make them one of my best bets, the Browns -6.5. Just for the simple fact that I don't have a lot of best bets, and I want to at least get 3 in for you, maybe 4. So as we're going down the line, as I convince myself here on the games I'm going to bet, I got a few circled already, but I like the Browns here. -6.5, lock it in. The Commanders at the Lions. The Commanders are +1.5. Lions -1.5 at home. I don't think this game is as close as the odd makers have it. I do like Carson Wentz over Goff any day of the week. You know, if you could stop Swift, you should be able to control this game. And I do think that there's a way to contain him. You contain him, you win the game. I like the Commanders here plus the 1.5. Bucs at the Saints. Bucs -2.5. If it was 3, I would maybe be looking at the Saints, but since it's 2.5, it's not a game I'm going to bet. Tom Brady on the road. Saints like to upset Tom Brady, especially when they're in New Orleans and they're not supposed to win. But I'm going to stick with Tom Brady at -2.5, but don't be surprised at the Saints here. Panthers at Giants. Giants minus 2.5. I got 2 and 2.5, so it just changed. So we're going to go with the 2 here. And in this game, you got Saquon Barkley. He went off. I like Baker Mayfield here in a bounce-back game. I didn't think that he'd win against his old team, and he didn't in the last week against the Browns. I do think he bounces back here. I don't think that the Titans were ready for Barkley and the Giants here. So in that case, I'm going to go with the Panthers plus the 2. I just think that they will win this game because it's a favorable matchup for them. The Patriots at the Steelers. Steelers plus 2. Steel curtain, getting points at home. Defense is going to show up. We know that. They always do, especially at home. Matt Jones versus Mitch Trubisky. Who would be saying I'd be saying this in week 2? Jones is probably slightly better, but I'm going to stick with Trubisky and the Steelers to start off 2-0 as one of my best bets. So let me mark that one down here because that's another one that I just added because I just think that they're going to do well in this game. Patriots ain't what they used to be. Colts at the Jaguars. Jaguars plus 4 at home. Remember that I told you that old bird used to tell me anytime you get a home team plus 4, go with them, especially in a division game. So I'm going to stick with that old bird here, plus 4. The Colts look terrible. Not that they're not going to improve here. You got Trevor Lawrence. You got Robinson, the running back. Those 2 combos alone could keep this game close, so take the points. Dolphins at Ravens. Ravens minus 3.5. Tough game here. I think they both match up pretty well. I'm going to stick with the Baltimore Ravens at home. I just think that this game will be closer than I think. And I hate the hook at 3.5. But, at the end of the day, as long as you contain Tyreek Hill, and I think that the Baltimore defense could do that, especially at home. If you could contain him, you could win the game. I wouldn't bet on this game just because of the point spread, but I do like the Ravens here to win the game. Next up, we got the Falcons at the Rams. Rams minus 10.5. Way too many points this early in the season, especially for a team coming off a bad loss. I'm going against everything that I just said because the Falcons are not a good team this year. You got a running quarterback and a running back, obviously, so both of them are going to be running. If the Rams stop the run here, it is going to be messy. So look for like a 43 to 17 game, something crazy because they're going to be able to score a lot of points here and prove that they deserve to be back into the playoff picture. I know it's early, but that's what people think this early. And this is a statement game, so Rams minus 10.5. Seahawks at the 49ers. 49ers minus 8.5. This one's a really tricky game. 49ers coming off a terrible loss. It was in the rain against my Chicago Bears. Seattle coming off an unbelievable win because of the 12th man, because of the offsides, false starts. All this stuff comes into play. That's why they win the game by 1 point. Without those penalties, they lose. But the 12th man's not at home. But I'm still going to pick them because it's a division game and it's early in the season. And especially the reasoning is I got a bunch of notes here and I'm just kind of scrambling and looking through them. But obviously, the 49ers have Lance at quarterback, and with this one, he's like I was saying, I expect Jimmy Garoppolo in there by game 3, especially if they lose this one. I think that Seattle could win this game. I don't expect it, but don't be surprised. But 8.5 is too many points for me. So I'm taking Geno Smith and the Seahawks to go one more week for me. Bengals at the Cowboys. Bengals minus 7.5. This is my best bet of the day. I do think you lock this one in as soon as you can. I wish it was 7. If you could find 7, if you could buy it down to 7, it's a more safer play. I do think the Bengals win by double digits here. No Dak Prescott. Smoking Joe looked great, man. You know, my Super Bowl pick, fellas. It was a tough game against Pittsburgh, and you know, I just thought that they would lose that game, and they did. They come back. It's all set up for the week after for a bounce-back week. I do think they win by double digits. As long as you stop the run, and the Cowboys ain't that great at the run. They don't have anybody to throw the ball. The Bengals in a rout here. Texans at Broncos. Broncos minus 10. Jesus Christ. Lot of points for teams that are coming off losses here. Vegas wants you to lean the other way, and that's exactly what people are going to do. I'm not going to fall for that kind of stuff here. So I am going with the Broncos here, minus the 10. Not any game I'm going to put money on. It is a survivor pick. Texans are pretty bad. I know they came up with a tie somehow. I still got them at the bottom of my rankings. And it's going to get ugly too in this game. I do think that this is going to be a bounce-back game also for Wilson. He's at home. The crowd's going to be behind him. Rough loss. Something to prove here, so stick with the Bengals. Or, I'm sorry, the Broncos and the Bengals. Cardinals at the Raiders. Raiders minus 5.5. My silver and black going to be bleeding again. It's a lot closer game than 5.5. I do think the Cardinals are the better team. I like the Cardinals here as a best bet. So that's going to be 4 best bets for you guys. I'm giving you guys bonus games because I usually only do 3. I did 5 the first week. I got 4 here so far. Way too many points. Could the Raiders win? Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have my Raiders jersey on. I'm going to be cheering for them. I got the Bo Jackson shoes coming in the mail. They came out today. Hopefully they'll be ready for Sunday. I'm going to be all out, but hopefully the Raiders will have something in the tank to squeak out a win, maybe by 3, so the Cardinals will cover. It's going to be a hard game to watch for me because I'm going to bet on the Cardinals and I'm going to watch my Raiders. So if you're like me, maybe it's something that you don't necessarily want to do, but any team, Bears, Raiders, those are my teams. I'll bet against them. I'll bet with them. It doesn't change. Stats are stats. That's what I go by. Analytics are analytics. I follow numbers very closely. I don't explain any of the numbers, but I tell you reasons why that I like these games. So I'm going to stick with the Cardinals here. Now we got the Sunday night game. It was on the top in mine because I got the Bears. But in this one, it's the Sunday night game. It looks like they changed the time maybe of this game earlier in the season. Because I don't remember the Bears having a 7:20 game this early in the season. So they probably did change this. But the Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers, another statement game, another minus 10 game. Unbelievable. Another team 0-1. I don't think I've ever seen in my life 3 teams, double-digit odds, didn't win the first week, and they're all at home. So that being said, this is a statement game. I don't know exactly who the Bears are yet. They were a little bit impressive in that second half. They looked lousy in the first half. In this game, the Bears usually take the lead, and then they get destroyed in the second half. Rodgers is laughing at the post-game conference. It's the same game week in or year in and year out every year. I just think it's too many points, man. This early in the season, the Packers don't have those weapons. Their defense didn't look good. The Bears could score on this team. Not that the Packers won't win, but I do think 10 is way too much, so I'm taking the Chicago Bears, and I will have my Bears jersey on from my Raiders. Perfect timing. Get ready for this game and cheer my boys on. We got 2 Monday night games. They're going back to the 2 Monday nights. They started out with 1. So we're back to 2. We got the Titans at the Bills. Bills minus 10. They came off a win. They're minus 10. This is correct. But minus 10 is way too many points against the Titans. Henry by himself could change the game. You keep the ball out of the offense's hand here. You grind. If they could grind and run the ball, this should be a lower scoring game. What do they have it here? I don't know exactly what the over and under. I don't pick over and unders till like week 4 or 5 when I can get a good feel. But they have it at 48 here. That's pretty close. I mean, I would look at like 44, so I would probably take the under here. Not a game I'm going to play, guys, but I will probably be playing these Titans depending on how much winnings I have, if I have any winnings. I might be splashing the Titans in a parlay with the late game. So take the Titans plus a 10. Too many points. I know the Bills are Super Bowl favorites here, but way too many points. Vikings at the Eagles. Eagles -2. This is about a fair point spread. I would have had Minnesota -2 probably, just for the simple fact that Jeffries, this offense is explosive. They look terrific. I think if there was one or two teams that I would have to pick, obviously it would be the Chiefs, right? And it would have to be the Vikings to me. I know that the Buffalo looked okay. They made some mistakes. But those three teams look the best to me in week 1. I know you don't look back. You're supposed to look forward. I use kind of a mix of both sometimes, depending on if defenses are kind of the same or offenses are kind of similar from the week before. So in this one here, the Vikings plus the 2 points, I have to take it. I think the purple people are going to keep this game close. Anytime it's close, you always take the underdog. So in a close game, I'm going to do that parlay late for you guys. So I'll even sprinkle a parlay in for you. I'll do the Titans, and I'll do the plus 10, and I'll do the Vikings, and I'll do the plus 2. I'm going to lock those in because I don't think those odds are going to stay. I think it'll go to like 9 with the Titans and maybe a pick for the Vikings. So that's all I got, guys. Let's cash in on those 4 best bets. Let's maybe play a couple little parlays. Focus on single games, though, and that's how you get your money. And make sure you keep your money the same throughout the year, whatever you can afford to lose, because it's never a guarantee. All right, guys, this is Anthony Ace Michaels with Sleeper Selections and BestSportsPicksToday.com. Make sure you check out both of those sites, guys. Have a blessed night.